Hi, I'm glad you're here. I have been asked why I think that so many relationships or marriages end in separation or divorce. And instead of giving you, the long clinical explanation of why these things happen, I think I want to bring light to prevention. So, so let's start by thinking about the following. Where do we human beings learn how to be and how to behave in relationships? Where do we learn that? Of course, the first place where we, learn about relationships is our family, the place where we were raised, our parents' interactions, or our parents' relationships. And so they have to model for us or for their children, they have to model what a healthy relationship looks like, what good interactions look like, what mature um, um, systemic patterns look like. And the reality is that a lot of people don't know how to model that to their children. So I have asked a large number of parents, and many of them fathers, um, have they had a conversation with their sons about how to manage a broken heart? And this applies to anybody, any other children. But I've asked fathers about this, and the answer to that so far is zero, nothing. Nobody has ever told me, yeah, I had a great conversation with my 16-year-old about how to manage a broken heart. And so, of course, why would we then be surprised of the statistics? And we all know what happens when a lot of human beings as adults feel rejected. We know very well about some of the awful reactions that we human beings can have when we feel rejected. So we see the statistics, we see them, in police stations, and we see them in emergency rooms, and we see them in domestic violence shelters, and we see them on movies, on the TV. So it's important that all of us learn how to model appropriate and healthy interactions between partners to the next generation. The second thing I want to bring light to is like, did we really have somewhere an education or classes or courses related to relationship skills? Did we have that somewhere? I did not have them anywhere. And I attended a school district in different countries, and no. So I did learn a lot of physics and chemistry and biology and math, lots of it, but nobody ever gave me a class in relationship skills. So I think this really needs to be looked at. Wouldn't we want our children, our daughters and sons, and all of them to learn, for example, to identify if they are in a coercive relationship with a partner? And you think our kids are not being coerced? They get coerced every day in using drugs, in allowing them to do things to their bodies that they don't want, and to behave in ways that are inappropriate. Almost every kid that I've known and asked about this says, why did you get in trouble? Why did you do this? And very frequently it's because my friend told me, or my friend gave me this, and so yes, they're being coerced into doing things that they shouldn't. But wouldn't we want to teach them to identify that's a coercive relationship, and this is how you can get out of it, and this is how you manage it, this is how you transform it, even how can you help the other person if the other person is important to us? So we don't teach those things. So wouldn't it be important to teach our kids about, how to manage a bully, other to tell them to ignore it? And unfairness, discrimination, all those are interpersonal issues. that we never teach that next generation how to manage. So why are we surprised then that so many relationships then fail afterwards? The next important moment in our life that I think that knowing relationship skills becomes really important is when we start dating. We start dating and we have no clue of what we're doing. Many people nowadays date, because they met somebody online or on the street. Like somebody told me, I met this guy and he gave me his phone number and then I went out with him. So sometimes it's even a total stranger. And of course, there's 1,000 safety issues that we need to talk about. But in addition to the safety issues, we should know and we should learn what dating is about. And part of dating has to do with, I am getting to know this person and I am assessing and evaluating this person to see how much more I want to invest in this human being. Do I want to invest more time, give him a second date? Do I want to invest more finances? Do I invite this young woman to another dinner? Do I want to invest my body in this relationship, or even bigger things? This human being has the potential to be the partner that I'm going to sign a mortgage with, that we're going to join our debts, our credit scores, taxes, children, the keys to our apartment, and so on. So these are big, important decisions that we have to foresee when we're dating. And the majority of us don't know what they're doing when they're dating. They think it's all about, does he like me? Do I look good in this dress? Or do I, is my car nice enough for the girl, or whatever it is? That's not what matters. That is not what determines if a relationship is going to work or not. The last life transition that is important is when we're getting actually ready to get married. And we have never asked ourselves if our fiancé or ourselves are ready for this. We all think we're ready. A large number of us are not ready to start a relationship. I have a lot of people that tell me, oh, I am so afraid that he or she is going to hurt me, and I have a problem with trust. So why are you getting into a relationship if you're not even close enough to manage human interactions? So I have identified 7 different issues that impact relationships in very specific ways. If these issues are present, these patterns of relationships are going to happen. And this happens to good people. This happens to amazing people, people that are in love. And you can see them that they're good people and they're in love and they have no clue, or they're fighting every day with their relationships not working. And they don't know why it didn't come out the way they thought it was going to come out. If they're both amazing, if they're both great. So I think it's important for anybody that is planning to establish a family or get married or so on, to learn about these 7 issues, because 6 of them, there's something that we can do about it. There's the 7th one, sometimes we can do, we can help. Sometimes it takes longer. It's a little more difficult. But if these patterns exist, and they're very easy to identify, you don't need any special testing or any special anything. You just need to know how to observe the other individual the right way, and we just need to know what to ask. Then we could probably be aware sooner that these things are present, and then the other person would probably, hopefully, be willing to work on them. And if I have those issues, and I might want to address them before we make decisions that are that will have more long-term consequences. So whether we're parents and we need to teach our children relationship skills, or whether we are school districts or school processes or educational um, groups consider including relationship skills into your curriculums or into what you're teaching. And then if you're dating, please, this is something that you need to learn. In addition to safety, you need to know what you're doing when you're dating so it doesn't go bad. And then if you're ready to build a family, long-term relationship, this is a must. So the good thing is that all of this stuff can be learned. It's not complicated. When you see it, you'll go like, oh, I get it now. And the good thing is that most of the time there's something that we can do to make it better. So let's go. Let's make this life and this world better.